Hi Leo, this is Kelly from Moonpietarot. This is your general monthly love reading for October 2016. So I don't know if you noticed I'm switching up the layout. Actually, not the spread, but your ability to view it. And I think I may have locked into something that's going to work. So let's get started with your reading. Um, so at the bottom of the deck, the card that was pulled is the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you have this energy for this month where you may be trying to hold on to what's yours. There may be like a possessive kind of an energy that's coming through for you for this month. It could be trying to hold on to finances, trying to hold on to a relationship, um, but really like a possessiveness. Um, I always say, fours are about stability and boundaries. So I feel like you already know what it is that you want. You know how to go about and get it, and you're not willing to let go of it. So I think for this month, there's going to be a little bit of that energy floating around that if someone's trying to get involved in a relationship that you're not having it. If anyone's trying to take anything from you for this month, you're just like, nope, this is mine. I'm holding on to it. No one's taking anything, whether that be career or relationships or love. It's just this passionate, fiery energy for holding on to, tangible things that you feel that belong to you. You don't want anyone crossing over the line with you. Um, Coming out of September and into October, the beginning of October, you have the World card, which is great. It's really just a card that talks about everything's kind of been going well for you. There hasn't been anything major happening. You may have had some ups and downs here and there and the cycles in life, going around, but I don't feel like anything major has been happening to you. For some of you, you may have had some situations where maybe some roller coaster situations, so to speak, that have affected you on an emotional level, but I don't feel like it's anything that's, kept you down. I feel like it's just, the cycle of life, and I feel like you are full of wisdom and you're intuitive and I feel like you've kind of just taking a look at things and saying, well, you know what? I've been through this before. I can get through this again. I don't feel like you are someone who is, when things go wrong, you stay down forever. I feel you're a fighter. So I see that whatever's been going on in the recent past has kind of just come full circle and going into October. That's really the general, the that's kind of your mindset of how you're feeling. At the center of the reading, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So some of you may be celebrating with family. Some of you may be getting married or getting engaged or having a baby, or celebrating another person's happiness. There's a lot of joy going around, and tens are about fulfillment. This could be financial. There could be maybe large sums of money. But I feel like for those of you who are in relationships, there's something that in October that will be celebrated. Um, some of you maybe, if you are already married and have children, maybe there's another child or a grandchild coming, because we do have in this picture, there are grandparents, and then there's, the couple. So there is some kind of a celebration, but in the obstacle challenge position, you have the Page of Rods. So, I feel like the first message that came through to me with this is, I'm asking why that's in the challenge position, and I'm wondering if maybe there's a situation that's happening with family or loved ones or lovers that you're not that you're that you know about but you're not being included in. I mean, that's might be just for a small percentage of you. Um, and then the other message that's coming through to me is you may be you may be feeling like you're in a happy situation with a partner, or for those of you who are involved, there's a small percentage of you, but one partner could be have a wandering eye. There's a possibility for that, and that could have something to do with this Four of Pentacles energy, where there's this possessiveness. Um, so you may be thinking that the way things are going in your, like, maybe just blinded by happiness, that there could be something going on. Maybe your partner is, maybe they have a there might be, it's either you or your partner who is could possibly be looking outside of the marriage, not doing anything, because this is a page, so this is, the pages are oh, the page of rods is always about messages of affection, puppy love, that kind of stuff. um, and for some of you, this could also just be how you're feeling about your partner. If you're single and you don't have anyone, you could be very involved with your family, but you could also be really just eager to get out, kind of detach yourself from your family, and really, you know, get out there and date, and just maybe some of you just want to break away from a family situation, or there's someone in the family that's trying to break away. Okay. The Page of Rods usually represents a younger person, so this could be, for some of you, this could be a child. This could also be if you're in a relationship or you're dating or there's someone you have in mind, they could be a little younger than you. Well, it depends really on your age. This is usually youth. Okay. But what's below you, you have the Knight of Rods. And the Knight of Rods is, this is someone that has very passionate energy. The Knight of Wands, this is usually, this could be a Scorpio or it could be a Sagittarius. Could also be Leo or an Aries. But I feel more like it's one of the first two signs that I said. If it's not a sign, it's just the energy that you could be exhibiting for this month. Like you're really fired up about something in the month of October. I feel like there's, something going on that's wanting you to take off, you know, crowning you as justice. So you could have something to do, this could have something to do with a legal situation. Maybe some of you could be thinking about getting married, or maybe you're trying to figure out if you want to tie the knot with someone and you're very eager about that, which would show up in the Page of Rods, and the Ten of Pentacles really just being your, how you're feeling right now for this month. I feel like, the thing with Leos is when they get an idea about something and something they know they want to do, like they don't let go of it. You're fixed signs, and you see something and it feels right and it looks right, and you don't let go of it, and you charge forward with it. There's just no stopping you. You're just on fire. And I feel like for you guys, for some of you, this really could be what's going on. The other things that I said, I feel they just kind of came out, but I feel it's like maybe like 1% has a partner that's looking the other way, or 1% of you are looking the other way. But I feel like a lot of you are just, there could be someone coming in for you if you're single and you just know this is the person, you just know you want to be with them, and you're just ready to go. You want to hold on to them, you don't want to let go. You just want to see where it goes. You don't even want to see where it goes. You already have it planned out in your head, months down the line. Some of you may already have you and your partner married at this point, and you could just be dating, or you may have just met. I just feel like you're really like not wanting to stop. You want to go forward with them. In the near future, you have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles talks about, this is partnership. Okay, it could be someone that you work with. This could be someone that you are involved with at work, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this person is so perfect for me. Or if you're in a relationship, this could be you and your partner working together. But also the Two of Pentacles is about balancing. Okay, so coming through coming up soon that you may need to balance yourself. I know you're progressive and I know you want to move forward. You grab onto something and, I know you want to go forward with it, but you may need to balance yourself out a little bit, you know, because I feel like it's great that you have this desire to manifest and it's what you want and it's great, but I feel like it's might tilt too far to one side, and that's why you have the balance card here and you have a balance card here. So I feel like you will definitely, you are the kind of person you can juggle a lot of things at once, but there could be a possibility that you could drop one of these balls, so you might want to just slow it down a little bit, try to get some balance and figure out how you're going to maintain this juggle act of perhaps family, career, excuse me, work. Okay. Um, for those of you who are single and someone new could be coming in, like new messages of effect could be a crush. Someone could be expressing their desire to be with you. Could be one of these signs here. Okay. You may need to figure out how you're going to manage something with them. Because we have the Three of Rods here at the end and the Chariot, so this could be someone who reaches out to you from a distance. So you may need to figure out how you're going to, maybe some of you, it might have to be a long distance relationship, or maybe this is with someone someone who's in school. Maybe you're both in school in different schools and you're far away. So there's a lot about juggling and balance and trying to figure out how you're going to manifest things. I have down here for you in the position of you, and the advice is the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So threes are about communication. So you need to communicate your emotions and your not your thoughts, but your emotions and your ideas with another person. Okay, the Three of Cups, there could be, it's also saying you may need to seek advice from other people. Okay, as far as what is happening here. Maybe you're not quite, for a very small percentage of you, maybe some of you are not quite ready to get into a relationship. You might want to slow it down a little bit. Maybe this other person is coming across as a bit possessive, and maybe you need to be the one to say, oh, wait a minute, I've got work, I've got family, I've got a lot of commitments, let's slow it down, because with this Knight of Rods energy, this is coming through. If this is another person or someone that you are thinking about or someone that just shows up, or even if there's someone that you're in a relationship with, this person can be extremely passionate, but in a sense that they are, they just go for it. They just plunge ahead, and they don't if you look at this card, you can see, like, he's got this curtain in front of him. He doesn't even see where he's going. He's similar to the Fool, but there's a lot of fire, so it's a very I'm sorry, there's a lot of red, so it's a very passionate energy. Okay, and so you could have someone coming in who could be expressing their desire to be with you. Okay, and perhaps maybe they want to have a family and they want to push forward with that maybe too quickly for you. So you may need to have communications with them, or seek advice with other people, and say, you might be enjoying the attention because you're a Leo. However, at the same time, you're practical, and you think things through. You do, I mean, if you don't want it, you want it. You don't want it. If you do want it, you want it. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is also about communication. So these threes are about communication. And this is really just kind of like putting things into place. This is organizing, and Leos, you're great organizers. So this is you really just organizing things in your life and ideas in your life. This is you speaking to other people. A lot of time I hear people, other tarot card readers come up and say this is a card about a love triangle. It is possible because I did mention that in the beginning, but I feel like if it is, if you need to confront someone or your partner, if they're kind of like getting a little too, um, they're looking at they're looking at other people a little too long and it's bothering you, you may need to communicate to them, hey, we're together and I don't like you looking at other people, or I don't like you, maybe they're online and they're, maybe they're just looking, maybe they're looking at people looking at on dating sites, or maybe they're on like porn sites or stuff like that, and that could be bringing out this possessiveness with you. I feel like though this is just a very very small percentage of you the message is coming through, like I said, 1%. um, so but the rest of you, I feel like you do need to communicate with your partner, and you need to communicate with other people, and maybe get advice about a situation, and for those of you who are rushing ahead and really want to be with someone, I do feel like with the Three of Cups, it will be a joyous thing. I feel like it's something that you need to share with other people if you decide that, you're going to do this, especially for men. If you're going to rush out to be with someone, it's good for you to let other people know, you know. I'm not sure why, maybe family, friends, maybe there's a engagement proposal of some sort, and you're going to do it in front of family and friends, so that could be coming up for you to definitely get together with others and do that. In the position of how other people are viewing you, you have judgment. So I feel like this card is always about, to me in a love reading, someone coming from the coming back from the past. So this can be someone who is returning from your past, either this Knight of Rods or this Page of Rods. I feel like this Page of Rods is really more just an energy, okay? And I feel like the Knight of Rods could be someone perhaps that you've known from your past who is returning, and someone that's trying to spin some super duper magic in your life. Okay. And they're also viewing you um, as someone that they're able to do that with. You know, maybe there was an ex lover that you were with at one time, and they're coming back to, apologize for things that may have happened in the past. Okay. And they're really sweeping you off your feet with this Magician card. Okay. And that could have something to do with why you need to slow it down, because they could just be coming back and like saying, oh my gosh, I made such a huge mistake. I really messed up. I want you back. Let's get married. Let's have children. Let's do all this great stuff and rush, rush, rush. And you're just kind of standing here like, well, hold on a minute now. You left, and I had to pick up the pieces, and now I'm trying to juggle my life and balance things out, you know. So you, of course, with this Three of Cups, this energy right here, you could be needing to, like take a step back and talk to other people and like find out, is he for real or is she for real? Is this person really truly honest? And I do feel like if that's the case, they are, because of the Judgment card. I feel like they've come into the light. They've seen their wrongs. I think I had this for another sign as well. This Judgment card is the same message. They now have all the tools that they need to manifest something with you, and they want to. With this Magician card, it's like they're holding the sword and the rod and the pentacle and the cup. They're facing every single aspect of their lives, and they are coming back, and they are wanting to make things right. And you may just be like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, you're sure? You don't, because you don't want to let go of it. So you're not really saying yes, but you're not saying no. You want to hold on to this, but for some reason, you need to be able to trust. There needs to be trust. Okay. But with your hopes and fears here, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things will be in your favor, absolutely. But at the same time, I think you could also be fearing that, once you get to the top of the wheel here, the wheel always turns. It goes round and round. This is life. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but it always turns. And so you could have the fear that maybe that wheel's going to turn way too quick if you make a decision. And I don't really see you, you know, how can I say? I feel like you may make a decision about what you want to do with this relationship. Especially if you're the one who is charging ahead into having a relationship with someone. You may need to clear the air with them as well. And you know, if you've just met someone and you're rushing into it, yeah, you definitely need to slow down with the judgment card, because I don't feel like they're going to be um, I feel like they'll want to have a new beginning, but I feel like this Four of Pentacles energy, they may be feeling this way, that maybe you're rushing it too quick, and they may want you to slow it down and take your time, as far as they may want to take their time in a relationship. But at the outset, you have three great cards here. So you have the Lovers, and then you have the Chariot, and then you have the Three of Rods. So again, what was coming through to me, this Lovers card is about two people making a choice to be together. And these two cards, the Chariot and the Three, see, look at all these threes: Three of Rods, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. The only card that you don't have is the Three of Swords, and that's a breakup card, so I say that's pretty good. This is all about communication. You need to communicate with someone for the month. You need to open up. You need to reach out. You need to express yourself. You need to tell someone what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're thinking, what your plans are, what your ideas are. Okay, because I feel like you have this strong, passionate energy for something, and you need to open yourself up to that situation. You can't just grab someone by the arm and just take them. You have to communicate. And this is what this Three of Rods is. Okay, this is also you waiting to hear back from someone. And this Chariot, this is travel and movement. So I feel like this person can be at a distance from you. Okay, maybe you've met someone online. Okay, or I just want you to know I'm getting like a ton of messages right now, and I know your reading may sound a little flip-floppy. It's sometimes it's hard to ignore the other messages and just go with one flow, and I usually do just go with one flow, but I'm just getting so many messages. I just feel like even my heart's racing while I'm doing this reading. I feel like there's a lot of passionate energy within you this month. I mean, there's a lot of yellow here, and it's positive. And I just feel like you're just, the energy I'm getting from you is that you just want to go, go, go. Like, like you're playing a sport and it's your turn to, you know, do whatever, and you just want to go. That's kind of how I feel. Like you're at the gate and you're ready and to start the race, and you just want to take off. And that's kind of what the Three of Rods and the Chariot here is telling me. Something, you've made a decision at the end of the month about a person, and someone has also in return made a decision about you, and there's a decision to bridge the gap here between this distance between you and them, whether that's emotional, mental, or physical. Okay, there's a decision to come together towards the end of the month for, I would say, for a romantic, loving kind of a relationship. Okay. Um, Now, I know some of you are sitting here and you're thinking, well, what about, is my partner cheating? What's going on with that? I want to reiterate, okay, no, I don't see that. I see that someone may have a wandering eye, and I'm not sure who it is, but if it's not you and you feel like it might be your partner, again, this communication comes in. There has to be this talking about it, talking about past things, reconciling with the past, and saying, why are you looking out? Why are you not looking at me anymore? What's going on? But in the end, it's positive, okay? Because again, as I said, there's this bridging of a gap, that whatever is causing another person to look outside of the relationship, and it's just looking. This person, if this was a knight, which we do have a knight of rods down here, but this is below you, okay? This is challenging you. So this person is just looking. They're not doing anything. They're just looking, okay? This Knight of Rods, let me reiterate, it doesn't mean that this is a cheating person. This is you, and this is your energy. This is your passion and your desire, perhaps to get to the bottom of things, or to, like I said, a lot of passionate energy where you're trying to keep these keep this world. The world is a card of luck, so you're trying to keep things on the up and up in a relationship. Okay, you have great cards at the end here. So I do see a coming together. I do see two people who make a decision, to fill in whatever the gap was, to, fix it. Just to fix whatever the relationship issue is. And for those of you, again, who are single, someone from the past returning, okay? And they can be, so when I say long distance, they can be someone who's a long distance from you, okay? And that could be mentally, physically, or emotionally, okay? Or it can be long distance, meaning this is someone from a long time ago, okay? But I do see some kind of a relationship starting because of the Wheel of Fortune. Things are coming around in your favor, yeah? So you do definitely have to communicate with another person if they do come in. If they could be, like I said, a Sagittarius or a Scorpio, and if they do come in with this possessive energy, you may need to just slow them down a little bit and say, hold on a minute, we got to balance things out a little bit, and, try to keep the balance, keep all the, what are these things? Pentacles with some rings. He's juggling. He's trying to keep things on the up and up. So I feel like this reading is really good. It's just a matter of open the lines of communication for the month of October. Express yourself. Express what it is that you want. Express what you need. Okay? And in the end, at the outset, I feel like everything is going to go smooth. Two people are going to come together because I feel like they're both going to want the same things. It's just the way people, people, not everybody goes about attaining things in the same exact way. Some are more direct, some are more under the table, but it's a matter of a meeting of the minds and coming together about what it is that you want and finding a way to make things work. So that's how I feel for your month of October, Leo. So thank you again. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't to keep updated. And if you wish for a personal reading, you can send me an email or you can click on the link below. So I hope you all have a wonderful October, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.